Welcome to How Stephen Does It. So a couple weeks ago, I was visiting my brother in Colorado, and he was wishing that he had Mom's baked bean recipe. And Mom passed away about a year ago, and so neither of us had it. And it got me to thinking that there's a lot of things that are in my head that I don't have down in recipes or how to do things. And I thought, what a great way to get things out of my head and put them down so other people can learn how to do things that I know how to do. So, welcome. Today we're going to be making porcupine meatballs. To learn how to do is make the sauce. Sauce is probably one of the most important things of it. I do kind of everything from scratch. No ragu, no prego. Just everything from fresh vegetables and some canned stuff, but you can't get away from that. So this is everything that goes into the sauce. I got 2 cans of crushed tomatoes, 1 can of tomato sauce, onion, red bell pepper, some tomatoes, salt and pepper, fresh basil, fresh oregano, parsley, green onions, Italian seasoning, pepper, and some garlic. So we're putting all that together. Okay, first what we're going to do is chop up some vegetables. So let me chop these up and I'll be right back. So here we have the chopped onions, bell pepper, green onions, and this is the basil and the oregano. And I use a food processor. These are the tomatoes. And I use a food processor, that way it gets it really fine. I destem the oregano and basil, so there's no stems, and don't use really stems inside there's parsley in that too, by the way. So parsley, oregano, and basil, just the leaves, no stems. And tomatoes, red bell pepper, onion, green onion. Okay, now we're going to take a stick of real butter, not margarine, real butter. And I like to use Kerrygold. It's the best, I think. So, but you can use your choice of butters, but use something that's real butter, not margarine. But butter is better. Okay, once that butter starts to melt, go ahead and put like 2 little teaspoons of garlic in there. And I don't use real measuring cups. I never measure anything. So 1 of these spoons, 2 of them. Or a little bit more if you want some more. When that butter, let that garlic kind of get going. Kind of getting hot when you got a hot pan. What we're going to do is we're going to take these vegetables and kind of put them in the butter. You want your heat on a little high for this. And what we're going to do is just kind of get it all mixed up and kind of blanched a little bit, or not blanched, but butterized. I don't know what you call it. Okay, you can see that's kind of going good now. I put a little salt. Again, I don't measure salt. I just grab it out of the salt thing and put like 2 pinches. A little pepper. And then the old standby Italian seasoning. Just kind of sprinkle that in there. Again, no measuring, just going for it. Okay. Turn down that heat. And I'm going to switch this pan. Here's the sauce that we put those cans in there. And then what we're going to do is just put that right in there. And this is going to be our sauce. And we'll use this sauce for the meatballs and to cover them as well. Go ahead and put your tomatoes in there that you pre-processed. Just kind of give that an overall stir. And you want to let this cook and simmer for a couple of hours on low. Always watch it. Don't let it go burn on the bottom. Don't burn the sauce. Did I put any Italian seasoning in there? I don't remember. Okay. All right, we'll be back in a second for the meatballs. Yeah. Okay, we're back. The sauce is looking super good. And now we're going to make the meatballs part of it. And what you want to use meat that has a lot of fat in it. Not the lean beef. You want like 75% or 80%. If you use a lean meat, the meatballs become real tough. So we're going to take that there. And Stephen, you may ask, can I use a meat substitute? Let me think about that. No. I use about 2 pounds. Let's put that meat in there. Take some salt. Make 2 little dashes. Some breadcrumbs. I don't know, about that much. I like to use the Italian one. We're already making Italian, so. And then I use the rice. You want to use the rice that is the Calrose rice, not minute rice or anything like that. You want to use the Calrose rice. You buy it most stores. I do about 2 handfuls at first. 2.5. A little pepper. Put an egg in there just to hold it together. Now let's do 2 eggs. All right, 2 eggs. And of course, Italian seasoning. And then you just get in there with your hands and mix it up. And you may need to go back and put some more rice in it. You'll be able to feel it. You want to be able, when you're pushing your hands through it, you want to feel the rice that's in everything. So let's put some more rice in it. Because it is porcupine meatballs. It's not meat with a little bit of rice in it. And the rice makes the porcupine part of it. A little bit more. little bit more Italian seasoning. A little bit more salt, a little bit more Italian seasoning. And then what I'll do is take some of that sauce now and put some of that sauce in the meat too. And then mix that around in it. And that gives it moisture. I'm making a video. A little bit more sauce. A little bit more rice. And you want to feel like it really has moisture in it. Not that it's, you know, hard meat. So it's kind of pliable. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. And then we're going to get a tray, baking tray. Put some of that sauce in the bottom of it.
Do you want like this or?
No, I got it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take a meatball size.
I'm hungry too.
Right about that size, like palm. We're going to place it in the sauce, just so it kind of like cooks the outside of it. And you don't want to pack it; you just want to kind of roll it. So and then what you'll do is after they've been in the sauce for a couple of minutes, just a little while, you want to pull one out so it holds its shape, and then you place that into the pan like so. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. You do the rest of it, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're getting ready to put it in the oven. Okay, these are ready to go into the oven. 375 for about an hour 15 minutes. Let's kind of check it. I usually cover it just loosely with a piece of tin foil, and just so to keep the moisture in. So I'll see you in about an hour and 15 minutes. Here we are in the oven. We put a cover on it. See you in a little while. So, after about an hour and 15 minutes, this is kind of what you end up with. And I'll let it set for about maybe 10 minutes, you know, just so things kind of settle with it. But you can serve it with a pasta or whatever, or you can just eat it by itself. And that extra sauce you have, you can take some of that, place it over the top, give you some extra sauce. And then to cut it open, here's your porcupine meatball. Again, thank you for watching this video. And this is how Stephen does it. Enjoy. Bye.